AI is eating the world. At least that's how it feels. Feels like everything needs to be reevaluated in the context of AI. So, what is Fresh doing with AI? We're focusing our energies in three directions. We're considering how to integrate AI into our products. We're considering how to extract the productivity benefits generally for our staff from the use of AI. And then we have some more greenfield research initiatives, which we're going to tell you about shortly. Keep in mind, this is a lightning review, so if you want more detailed information on any one of these topics, don't hesitate to reach out. When considering how to integrate AI capabilities into a product, we have to understand that AI is good at some things, but not everything. So we take the problem domain that a product focuses on and we chunk it, and we extract from it the areas that AI will be most helpful with. A quick example is test case translation. So we have a tool, X-Replay, that generates test cases using PHP unit. In some projects, we need the test cases to be in Cypress. AI has shown itself to be really capable of converting those test cases from PHP unit to Cypress. This is because the large language models already know a lot about PHP unit and they already know a lot about Cypress, so they do a fantastic job of converting from one to the other. The other area we've integrated AI is in our X-Modernize tooling, our transformation factory, as we like to call it. It's a very complex process that involves taking the legacy code and application, converting it to an intermediate state, and then generating modern code based on that. And what we have done so far is we've injected some hooks into that process so that AI can peek at the code and the business logic as it moves through the system and make adjustments or recommendations. So some adjustments that we're willing to trust it with right now are the removal of dead comments, for instance. It can look at comments and determine whether they're informative or whether they're just dead comments from a legacy approach to commenting. We're also looking at how it can refactor the code or provide refactoring advice such that to inject into the resulting application. We're experimenting with an NLP, that's natural language processing capability, for our XA product. Our XA product collects enormous reservoirs of information about an application, but sometimes you just want to ask it a question and get an answer. And so this is an area where AI can excel. It can understand the meaning of your question, and then it can ask XA to fetch the real data. Now, this is really interesting technically because you don't want the AI to give you the data because otherwise you risk having it hallucinate data, which is incorrect. You want AI to understand your request, understand the capabilities that XA has, and then get XA to give you the data. As mentioned, we're also focusing on AI for our internal productivity, and this covers a wide array of options, but probably the most predominant ones are the use of GitHub Copilot for our developers to accelerate their generalized development. We're also using ChatGPT-4 to diminish the learning curve as developers move from one technology to another. ChatGPT has proven to be an excellent mentor tutor in situations like that. And then there's the more common usages like you'll find with Grammarly or image generation for slides or other kinds of utilities throughout our ecosystem where AI can help streamline everybody's productivity. In terms of ongoing generalized research, we have a lot of initiatives unfolding. For one, we've deployed some local hardware. Now, it doesn't look like the hardware that you see in this image, but it helps the developers iterate faster because when you're experimenting with AI, you're dealing with huge amounts of data, and you're dealing with the need for some very specialized, GPU hardware that your average developer laptop doesn't have. And we're also examining and evaluating constantly the different models that are evolving out there. So we have Claude, we have Gemini, we have the ChatGPT family of models. These are always changing. And then we have the open source families of models like Llama or Mistral. And even the process of evaluating models, how to tell if one model is better than another or one version of a model is better than another when you're dealing with a specific problem domain, that is not a trivial problem. So we're working on that. We're evaluating the benefits and costs of open source versus closed source models. We're evaluating different strategies on how to interact with the models. You might have heard of single shot versus multi shot. This gives you different quality of answers at the expense of time. We're also looking at fine tuning the models and whether we can leverage the fine tuning information across different types of models and what is the ratio of value to investment that we get from fine tuning. And then we're also looking at different ways to do AI agent integration into our various workflows. That's a lightning overview of the kinds of things we're doing with AI here at Fresh. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions.